welcome back to Coffee and Books with Brook. Today I'm going to be reviewing the book called The Third Gift. I have a picture, not a picture, I actually have the book. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because of the background thing, so I'm just going to hold it in front of me. The Third Gift by J.D. McCabe. So this is what the book looks like. And I also got it autographed. I don't know if you won't be able to see the autograph, but he wrote a little something and then autographed it at the bottom. So this is the book, and I read it during the week. And yeah, the weekend earlier this morning, I finished it. So this book, first let me tell you about the author. His name is J.D. McCabe, and he grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as the middle child of a very large family. From an early age, he was independent, and a practical realist. From the first time author began writing his diary as a historical journal. So, excuse me. So it's a memoir that he delivers pain, honesty, and raw emotion in his heart-wrenching journey to the truth about his marriage. So his wife, her name is Erin in the book. He made up that name for her. Her real name is not that. But Erin in the book, she was very manipulative and very, very evil to want to kill her husband. So there are spoilers in this. I'm going to start off as spoilers. You can turn it off if you don't want to listen to any spoilers, but I suggest you to read it yourself, because just me telling you my point of view and what the book is about is not going to turn you away from it. So she tries to kill him by putting poison in his coffee or his protein shakes that he would drink, like his protein drinks he would drink, because he was trying to lose weight to be healthier. So he went through all this crap with her, and in the end, I wouldn't say she won, but she definitely now gets alimony, and it's just crazy. So I wanted to show you all his page. Excuse me, I'm a little congested right now. But this is his website. It's called thethirdgift.com, and you can go in here. This is what it looks like, and you can buy it for $25.95. And there it is right there. I'm gonna go to this book's page, and then that's a little synopsis about what his book is about, and then that's about him. And then you can just go on his website and see what events he got lined up and all that stuff and what he's doing with his life. So I had the wonderful opportunity to interview him. So I'm going to show you a little clip of that, but I'm not going to show you the full interview, because you can go on my page and watch the full interview. But this is my YouTube. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you all on my page to watch my reviews and all of my interviews. So if you go down here, popular. So if you go right here, he's the first season right here.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Shebirds. Podcast. Today's guest is J.D. McCabe. Hi, J.D.
Hey, Brooke, how are you? Thank you for having me on. This is when I found her in her closet crying. Married. I think my teenage daughter at the time said it best when I found her in her closet crying. And she said to me, Daddy, what happened? You and Mom were like teenagers in love. But at the time, I had no real explanation as to what was going on in the marriage. But 17, 18 years into the marriage is when she began to subtly, accuse me of infidelity. And then she would later accuse me, spiral that into drug addiction. And, and ultimately, 3-4 years later, those accusations would intensify, and her mother would get involved, and her mother would threaten to kill me on a beach trip. So we were on a beach trip in Topsail Beach in North Carolina, Topsail Island, and I came up from the beach one afternoon to get a drink, and she and her mother were standing at the end of a long granite counter, and her mom, looked at me dead in the eye and said, if you put your hands on my daughter, I will kill you. Perhaps you're addicted to porn, perhaps you're addicted to drugs. There's something going on with you that maybe it's something that happened in your childhood that you need to look into. So that was when really the marriage truly began to fall apart. And then in the fall of that year, the fall of 2014, I would end up spending 9 days involuntarily committed to a psychiatric facility. So I spent 9 days across 2 different facilities with a police transport in between. But I would later discover, and we could talk more about that, but I would later discover as we moved down the road towards separation and then an alimony trial, I would later discover letters in my medical records that she was writing to my physicians behind my back. So she essentially set me up for the involuntary commitment.
What? Wow. Oh my God.
So I know the arson discover a year after we separated, I would discover that I was, chronically exposed to arsenic. And then of course we danced through the legal system as well. So with an alimony trial, a domestic violence trial, because she filed trumped up domestic violence charges against me once I was out of the house. The nice thing about the book, if there is a nice thing about the book, is that all of the legal stuff is in the book. So I took full advantage of the concept of public record and all of the audio transcripts I received, and they've been, typewritten out into the book, and they're included in there. So I know I just threw a ton at you.
No, wow.
So that was the little clip of the interview that I had with JD McCabe. So if you would like to go on my website, on my YouTube channel and watch the full interview, you can. He goes in more into detail about exactly what happened and like the courts and stuff. But his book really, really details it. Really, really goes deep down and dive into it. He just gave me like the basic principles of what happened in his life, but his book digs deep inside. So I don't want to give away the book. I suggest you all to read it because he is an independent author, and I don't like giving away the independent author's books like fully. So I just suggest you all take a look and read it yourself. It is a good book. I was definitely impressed by his writing, and it was crazy what happened to him. Personally, I don't think that he should be paying her alimony. Personally, I think she should be in prison, and she's a nasty person. So, I mean, even if she hears this, I don't care. But yeah, she's a nasty person for doing that to her husband and deserves to be in jail. So that's all I have to say about that. I suggest you all to read the book, and I recommend it. And please rate it on Goodreads and Amazon Books. Thank you all for listening to Coffee and Books with Brook. Have a great day. Bye.